Yo, big up on yourself, you don't know. A yard man opinion, you know. Yeah, man.
Yo, what up, what up? Welcome to Yardman Opinion YouTube channel. You don't know the man was the way I think, way too afraid to say. Yeah, man. Anyway, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the question, where do you see Jamaica in the next 10 to 15 years? Will it get better, worse, or will it remain stagnant? Yo, personally, I think Jamaica will remain stagnant in some ways, but deteriorate in others. And let me explain my reasoning. And I'm just going to go ahead and offer some potential solutions. So stay with me because you want to hear. I think Jamaica will get worse unless something is done to address the issue of crime. Crime is deeply entrenched. As a matter of fact, yeah, crime is a deeply entrenched problem in Jamaican culture. Yes, I'm just going to admit it. It's the culture. And I think many people have become so accustomed to it that they almost expect it every single day. People wake up every day hoping to hear about another violent crime somewhere in the country. And when they do see it on Instagram or hear it on a video, they want to see what happened. They want to see how someone died. They want to see that, that red thing. And that's crazy to me. It's like Jamaicans have become numb to all of, this crime that's happening in the country. Now, I want to clarify that I'm generalizing here, because I'm sure there are many people who do not condone crime. But the fact remains that Jamaica is a very dangerous place. And this is one of the main reasons so many Jamaicans have left the country. There are cities and towns all over the world where you can sleep with your door open. But you can't do that in Jamaica. You might say, yes, I can do it. But just be honest to yourself. There are places in the world where the police station closes at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. That's not possible in Jamaica, is it? So anyway, what can be done to address this problem? Can the government fix it on its own? Or do we as citizens have a role to play as well? If so many people in Jamaica support criminals, whether they're family, friends, or foes, how can the government possibly solve the problem? There are many women who seem to have a fascination with criminals and constantly reproduce with criminals, only to create more criminals. It's a vicious cycle in the country. And I know a lot of people won't want to admit it, but it's true. I know kids who were born in the 90s and the 2000s who are already no longer here because, they wanted to be bad man. It makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, to break the cycle, I think it's important for Jamaicans to start reporting these criminals, even if it means going against cultural norms, even if it means going against your family. The world is vast and beautiful, and globalization has made it possible to travel to so many places. For Jamaica to improve, to be one of these places that people want to go to, Jamaica will have to take responsibility for Jamaicans will have to take responsibility for their own safety and the safety of their communities. So let me just jump off crime for a bit because it's a little bit depressing. I think Jamaica will remain stagnant in many ways. But let me just go ahead and mention a few. First, I think the infrastructure in the country will remain the same. The hospitals, the roads, I think they're going to remain the same. I think the lives of those with money will continue to improve, while those who are poor will stay the same or probably get worse. The people who are wealthy in Jamaica will be able to send their kids to private schools, universities abroad, and you probably see them, traveling the world. They're on Instagram posting about it. It's like they live in a whole other country, but y'all live in the same country. On the other hand, the poor people, they won't do anything to better their circumstances because they're waiting for someone to come in and save them. And ain't nobody coming to save you. Secondly, I think there will continue to be a lack of accountability in Jamaica. There are those who will continue to steal electricity, water, and cable, and they're going to expect to get away with it. And if you say anything, you are informal. Like this is something good. There are those who will have multiple kids with multiple men, multiple women as well, with absolutely no means of supporting them. I think the government will have to keep borrowing from organizations like the IMF, China, and other countries because most Jamaicans don't pay taxes. In fact, according to statistics, only about 27% of Jamaicans pay taxes, which is obviously a major problem for the country. Without tax revenue, Jamaica won't be able to invest in infrastructure or improve public services. And we all want hospitals, better facilities, maybe some parks, maybe a waterfront in downtown Kingston. But who's going to pay for it? There are so many that I can get into, but let me just jump into some solutions. First, I think it's important for the government to be more transparent and accountable. People should know how much money is being given to their representatives and how it's being spent. All of this information should be transparent. It should be available online, maybe in the papers and social media. And your representative is also supposed to live in the area that they represent, because how can they serve the people and have no road, water, or electricity in 2023? It makes no sense. The government should also do better in ensuring census and making sure that every single house has a physical address. And this address should be on their national ID. It should be legal to walk around and not know who a person is if a cop should stop them. You don't know if they're wanted, if they're a resident, or just an illegal alien that committed a crime somewhere else and just went to Jamaica to lay low. I have seen it happen. A lot of people have seen it happen. They haven't seen it. They've probably heard of it happening. Look, Jamaica's a beautiful country with beautiful weather all year round. Another solution is I think the government should invest and promote recreational facilities and activities a lot more. I grew up, playing basketball, football, cricket, climbing trees and going to the river and stuff like that. I had a beautiful childhood. I wasn't rich, but it was beautiful. And I think investing more in these basketball courts, football fields, and sports complexes around the island, and just having different leagues will push a lot more youth to be into sports. This, in the long run, will benefit Jamaica, especially if they go pro or help Jamaica back to the World Cup. Secondly, I think it is important to address the issue of single-parent households in Jamaica. And I know this is a blame game because women will say men have a lot of kids and not taking care of them. But I think the dynamic of having a two-parent household should be paramount. There are too many single-parent households in Jamaica, and it's been statistically proven that children raised by two parents tend to have a better outcome, a better life. And they're just better in terms of education, mental health, and just their overall well-being. For example, 63% of youth suicides are from single mother homes, 71% of high school dropouts, 90% of runaway children, and 80% of all youth in prison are from single mother homes. If this doesn't tell you that there's a serious issue with single parent households, particularly single mother households, you're in denial. To address this issue, I think one potential solution is to implement policies that encourage and support two-parent households. This could include things like family leave, and I know there's a new policy for family leave that just started recently, paternal leave as well. There should be like affordable childcares and just having financial incentives for couples to stay together. Another solution is to invest in programs that help single parents succeed, such as parenting classes, job trainings, and financial assistance. Finally, I think it's important for Jamaica to move towards being a law and order country. I think anyone who breaks the law should be held accountable, whether through fines or just going to prison or jail. Simple as that. I do believe this could help to deter crime and improve public safety. It's important to note, however, that this solution it will only work if the laws are fair and just, and if they're enforced equally across all segments of society. Because I know in Jamaica you have some people, because they have certain names, they think that, hey, they're above the law. Or they have a certain financial status, they think they're above the law. It shouldn't be that way. But let me just wrap up this video by saying, I think Jamaica will remain stagnant in some ways, I believe there are steps that can be taken to address the issues of crime, single-parent households, and accountability. It will take a collective effort from both the government and the people of Jamaica to create a better future for the country. And if you find the time to watch this video, thank you for watching. Please leave your thoughts and your opinions in the comments below. Look more.